Hi, my name's Kirsten Lavers and I'm the Creative Director of FLACK. And 2 years ago I started out with a small group of 3 or 4 homeless people with the mad idea that we could really tackle the problem of the cycle of homelessness by, instead of focusing on homeless people's problems, focusing on their potential instead. And since then, I'm incredibly proud of what FLACK has become, a vibrant, dynamic organisation with over 33 homeless people involved, volunteers from all walks of life, working together to create a fantastic monthly magazine that really begins to break down the stereotype of who homeless people are and what they have to offer. It's giving people their voices, their creativity, their self-esteem and their motivation back. And what I've seen FLACK achieve is that that person begins to believe in themselves again and begins to make a contribution, firstly with us and then out in the community, firstly by volunteering, and then in many cases already people have got jobs. And here we are at FLACK, 2 years old, with having achieved so much, and yet we're facing closure. And it's incomprehensible to me. What FLACK does saves the government a huge amount of money. For every £1 donated to FLACK, we generate £3 of savings to the public purse and social value. And I would just ask you to listen to all the voices in this film, which was made by FLACK members, and consider, should FLACK be given a chance to grow from strength to strength? Does this charity really offer something different and innovative to the problem of homelessness? Can I do something to help? Please help FLACK. Thank you.
I want to flourish. I want to taste the crimson of a burnt summer sky, lay loafing on a gondola, gleaming with dreams and pondering peacefully all the while. I really want to flourish, and the next time I cry, I want to cry with happiness for this life, what is mine. I really want to flourish. Don't clip my wings or dull my sights. Exude exalted contentment. Just step out and enjoy my life. Relinquish all the bitterness, all the knots and all the strife. Wake up without them smarting thoughts. Embrace the morning's light. No doubt at dusk or wages distrust. This time I know I'm right. I really intend to flourish, because my peace of mind, that's mine. That's right.
FLACK, among many things, for me, played a very important role in my recovery. Last year I was in the streets as a homeless and I was addicted to heroin, and as I said, FLACK played a very important part in my recovery. For me, it was a place for sanctuary where I could get away from the streets, the temptation, the crowd, where they won't tempt me from if I wanted to have a day off or didn't want to drink or do any drugs, because I want to recover and I could escape to FLACK.
And when I first walked into FLACK, I felt that I almost knew everybody before I'd even started. Actually, I did actually know quite a few of them. But the thing about FLACK is that it is non-judgmental in a number of areas, or non-condescending. If you say that you can do something, they will accept that you can do it, and only until proved otherwise do you not get to do it. So when I walked in, people said to me, "Oh, Al, you can fix this," or "You can fix that." So I duly wander off and fix these things because someone actually had some faith in me. That meant I can go home at night and I can look in the mirror and I can pat myself on the back and go, wow, you did good again, son.
Because it's a nice relaxed place to come and share your life with other people who've been through the same thing. I also like it because it's a place to go that doesn't really expect anything from you that you want to give to anyway. And if they shut down, that would be the worst thing ever, because this place gives you pride, and if you haven't got this pride, there's no pride for the homeless in Cambridge. If this place goes, there's no pride for the homeless in Cambridge.
Every other word. So although I can actually pull it out of the bag and in certain circumstances, when I walked through the door, I looked grey, I looked down at the floor, I had no self-confidence, and to a certain extent I felt myself to be nobody. I've been in recovery for 18 months and I had found no direction, and since coming to FLACK I have learnt to use computers, I've learnt to use a camera, I've developed skills, I've developed my self-confidence. I've been published in the magazine in all 3 episodes so far. I've had photographs published, and it has turned my life around.
I used to be a really heavy drinker, and I did a detox and started coming here and found that I had common interests with people, I suppose, and I found that I could get help with a computer that was just lying dormant, basically, before I actually came here, and I've actually still in a learning process how to use it. I've learned quite a bit. A major thing in my life was that Kirsten prodded me or provoked me, well not provoked me, that's the wrong word, encouraged me to write to my mother to find out where my sister's address was so I could contact her, because I haven't seen her in 20 years, and that all came up with a A+ with distinction, I say, to Kirsten for prodding me into doing that, because I'm now in actually contact with my mum and my sister, which is a really good thing. It's a really good feeling, actually. My mum says it's the best Christmas present she's ever had. I'm still a bit baffled, a bit by it all, but in a happy way.
FLACK is completely different from other charities. We've got a completely do-it-yourself ethos. We respond to people's needs, and everyone who comes here is involved and their voice is heard and they're valued. We don't set the agenda, they help to set the agenda. The people that I've met at FLACK are some of the most humble, hard-working and honest people that I've ever met. Sometimes for the first couple of visits, people might, when they're new, just sort of hang around and sort of drink tea and sort of see what's going on. But eventually, like, only after a couple of visits, people start to sort of get with the program, start to get involved, and they come up with ideas. And I think what's important about FLACK is that it's based on the idea that everybody, not just people who are homeless, everyone needs purpose in life. Sorry. Stop. Everyone needs to feel that what they do is valued, and what they do, that they matter, and there's a point to what they do. And people who've got high-flying careers and who have wealth struggle with that sense of purpose just as much. But it's just much easier to medicate yourself. It's just much easier to medicate yourself and look after yourself when you've got a much more comfortable life. There are barriers to be broken down, and we've got a point to make, and that's that homelessness isn't the end of the story, it's the beginning of a new story. And sometimes you have to hit a brick wall to find out what you're made of. And I think at FLACK the quality of the work that we produce speaks for itself. You know, we're proving what we're made of, and I hope you can help. Thank you. That's it.
Look at my card, and now, FLACK, more than a magazine.